Hi everybody, it's Simply Easy with Amy, and I'm here today to explain to you the difference between honing and sharpening and how to take care of your really awesome knives that you've gotten from Pamper Chuff. So there's a huge misconception. Most people don't understand what honing is. They think sharpening is honing and sharpening is sharpening. So let me explain to you the difference because they are very different. So first off, honing is where you keep the blade in alignment and you get rid of burrs that occur just on an everyday basis. So for example, as you're using your knife, little tiny burrs will start showing up on it. You can't see them. You could maybe feel them if you draw your fingers along the knife, maybe. But also, you know, your knife is meant to be that perfect V, okay? It's a perfect V. But what ends up happening is instead of it being straight the entire length of the knife, through basic everyday use, it actually becomes a little wavy. And that's where all of a sudden you're trying to cut a tomato or you're trying to cut anything really, and it's just not going through like you're used to. And that's because it has the little wave in there. So about every third to fifth use, you actually want to hone your knife. So if you got the knife block, you actually received this honing tool that comes with it. We have a slightly different one. It's actually called a sharpener, but it's really a honing tool that you can buy individually for other knives. But all you're going to do is there's two ceramic stones in there set as a V. It's the perfect V to match the knife, and you draw this straight through. Now, as I'm doing this, I haven't done this on this knife in a while, I can actually feel it grinding a little bit. And I did it 3 times. It feels great. So this knife has now been honed. That's really it. That's all you have to do to it. And you want to do that about every third to fifth use. And that usually surprises most people. I haven't done this one in a while either, so let's do this one. Oh, this one's actually really good. You can feel it. You'll know if it needs to be done or not. But usually every third to fifth use or as needed. What's another one I might not have done for a while? Oh, that's a tomato knife. You can't do that. Here, our little paring knife. Yep, that one was good. And you only need to do it until you can tell that it's set. Here's our big 12-inch. I know I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, that's good. So sometimes you might need to draw it through there 2 or 3 times. Other times you might need to do it 10 times if it's been a while. That's honing, okay? Most of you have a long metal stick in your knife block, and whatever company you bought that from told you, which is your sharpening tool, it's not. Those long metal sticks are a honing tool. And let's just pull a knife out. So let's pretend I've got a big stick and I'm drawing the knife back and forth over the big long stick. The problem with those sticks is unless you are holding the knife at the exact perfect degree angle of the stick, you are actually instead making your knife wavy, which is not a good thing. You don't want to be doing that. You'll get rid of the burrs, which will help. There'll be a noticeable difference, but you're actually making your knife wavy unless you're holding it, like I said, at the exact perfect angle. So that's why we like this, and we also like our other sharpening tool, which is really a honing tool. It drives me crazy that they named it that. But you're drawing it through the V of the stones, and it's always going to be perfect. As for sharpening, you're going to take it to your local sharp place, local hardware store, wherever it happens to be. I have a local Ace hardware store. They actually have someone come in twice a week, pick up knives and bring them back. The guy does an okay job. You know, I'm adequately happy with what he does. If you happen to live somewhere in the Milwaukee, Waukesha area, like I do, I actually use the Sharp Brothers. In the summer, they are often at a lot of different, I can't even talk, farmers markets. So I generally actually hit the Brookfield Farmers Markets, usually at least once every summer. I take along all the knives that I feel need to be sharpened. Now, I've got a whole knife block here. You know what? Some of these knives have never been sharpened. I just don't use them enough to have to do that. And you only want to sharpen a knife when it needs to be sharpened. So this one is my Santoku. This is my absolute most favorite knife. In fact, it's the most favorite product we have in the entire catalog. How do you like that one? But love, love, love this knife. And this one needs to be sharpened every single year because I use it so often. So when spring hits, I'll hit the farmer's market, grab that knife. There might be one other I need to do. Take it. The Santoku knife is about $6 to $7 to sharpen, so not a whole lot of money, and it'll do a great job, and it'll keep me going for a whole nother year. So let me know if you have any other questions between honing and sharpening, because they are two very, very different things. Honing should be done every 3 to 5 uses. Sharpening needs to be done as needed, maybe once every 6 months, 12 months, or every 5 years. It really depends on how often you use the knife. Let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.